welcome back to my channel. I'm Stingray72 here with a quick Reddit story about roommates from hell. Okay, here we go. My house has a detached garage and I have a chest freezer that I bought. The garage for me and my roommate just is for only storage space since the garage door really doesn't fit either one of our vehicles. Anyways, last year I bought a lot of steaks, roasts, and other meats from the local butcher shop. And of course, I stuffed them all away in the chest freezer. My roommate also happens to use the chest freezer for a few things, and he tends to stuff his frozen foods into it as well. Space tends to get limited, but we've never really had any type of issue. Until recently, this incident happened. The steaks were on low supply, and I think that I was down to maybe 2 of them. Well, I had planned to have 2, take 1 out to have for supper. So I decided to head home from the gym and start to thaw out the steaks. Well, that didn't exactly get to happen because they were already sitting on the kitchen counter when I got there. I verified that these were mine by checking the name on the seal, and yup, they belong to me. I didn't give much thought about it after that, and I assumed that my roommate was being really nice because he knew that I only had 2 ribeye steaks left. So I tossed 1 back into the freezer because I was only going to eat 1. My roommate hears the commotion and comes downstairs, and he's looking me and then looking at the steak, and he sharply says, "What are you doing?" I look up and I simply say, "Well, thanks for taking the steaks out for me. I put 1 back because I'm only eat 1, but thank you anyway." He gave me a look as if I kicked his dog, and then he replies, "This isn't a charity. I have dinner guests coming over tonight." And I was puzzled and asked, "Well, why are you eating my food?" And he replies, "Because you weren't going to." I defended myself by mentioning that I ate through about 14 packages of steak and an entire cow in the span of a year, so I definitely was going to eat them. That didn't sway him, so he decided that he'd ignore me, so I ignored him, and I started to cut open the seal, and he screams at me, "I hope you washed your hands for touching the meat I'm going to eat." And I replied, "Did you buy it?" And he said, "Does that matter?" And I said, "Yeah, a little bit." Anyway, he had to explain to his dinner guests why he had to grill his own hamburgers versus promising her a steak dinner. I'm overwhelmed at this conversation that he's possessive with my food, and he makes a tremendous deal out of it. Am I the kid for being mad that this man ate steaks that it took me so long to make? That's the story, and that is under the classification of roommates from hell. I can say 1, I have been in a position or a situation, and I think we all have, maybe a lot of us have, where we buy something specifically for us. And I don't know, maybe at work, because this happens at a lot of jobs too, where you put your food in the refrigerator, the community refrigerator, and maybe you do not think to put your name on it because you figure, well, I put it in here. No one else put it in there, so no one else should be touching it. I've been in a situation where I used a community refrigerator, never in my own home. But I've used, like I said, a community refrigerator, and someone else has taken it upon themselves to eat my food and or drink that they didn't place in there. So when that happened once, I didn't say anything. So the next time I put stuff in there, I put my name on it. And it happened again. So I think we've all been in that situation where someone touches something that doesn't belong to them. But how dare this roommate? Like, are you kidding me? You getting mad because I'm eating food that I purchased in a freezer that you're borrowing, and I have my name on it. And again, you're eating food that I purchased. Are you kidding? This is where we're going? I'd have been livid. I'd have been pissed off. I would have acquiesced myself into that roommate and his dinner dates conversation about his grilled hamburgers versus my grilled steak that he was going to cook for you. Now, of course, we don't know the entire story, of course not. We only know what's been put on there. And I'm going to put a link to this story in the description box below. But are you kidding me? I mean, it's the audacity of people for me. It's the audacity that you could really feel that because you felt I wasn't going to eat something. Better yet, you think I'm taking too long to eat something. If you are having a dinner guest over, you might want to make sure that you are prepared to feed said dinner guest. And if you have to buy something, and maybe his intent was like, okay, well, I buy them, I don't have time to go to the store, or maybe this was, something that just happened to spur the moment or whatever. So what? When plans were made, you needed to make plans. So you could have gone to the store, you could have done anything. But the fact that this man's food was in the freezer, in his freezer, with his name on it, and you have the audacity to be mad at him for confronting you about eating his food. The nerve of people. Well, I just wanted to bring that story. I've been reading through Reddit a lot lately and just hearing or reading a lot of their stories. And some I even hear through conversation and stuff. And I'll search it up and look for it. But these roommates from hell, crazy. There was another one. The story was removed. The comments are still there, though. But this one person was having... two roommates. One person was having a birthday party or a party and a few guests come over. So they needed room in the refrigerator to put a lot of different foods and things. So this person's roommate, I'll give them names to give you greater direction. Betty was having a birthday party for a few friends, or having some friends come over. Wilma is a diabetic and has her insulin and other medications in the refrigerator. Betty cooked all of this food and needed space in the refrigerator. So she took Wilma's diabetes medicine out of the refrigerator and sat it on the counter because she needed room and space for her dinner guests' food and everything that she was prepared to serve. Well, she didn't let Wilma know. And I don't know if she knew. She said she couldn't get in contact with Wilma to let her know, hey, I'm going to take your medicine. There's my dog. There she goes. Let's take a minute and listen. Not done yet. Go get yourself a drink. So. You good, Nina? You good? Them people still walking on your sidewalk? It's all right. So she took her diabetes medicine out of the refrigerator, and I think it got thrown into the trash. And this woman, Wilma, got mad at Betty for doing that, saying, why didn't you call me? And or if you're having a party or something, clearly you're going to have ice. Why didn't you put it on ice? Better yet, why didn't you just make provisions to have the party somewhere else? See, these roommate stories, I get really frustrated with them. And I guess it's because I'm on the outside looking in. But I'm going to have links to all these different stories in the description box below. This was really an impromptu video, and I just read the story, and I just really wanted to bring it to you guys. And Nina has something she wants to say. You see her jumping up. I'm going to let her make an appearance in the video really quick. Come on. Look, Nina. Look in the camera. This is Nina, my cheepoo. Well, that's all I have for today, because clearly I have something to do. And I'm Stingray72. I thank you so much for selecting this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to check me out on my other channel that I share with my husband, and it's called Munray. And that link is also in the description box. And also, if you are looking for great deals and want a discount, there is my discount code for TEMU.com. And that is in the description box below as well. Thank you guys so much. I passed my 1,000 subscribers. I'm really excited about that. And now I just need to get this watch time up. Come on, watch my videos. Go back and watch some of my cringe-worthy videos. Cringe-worthy. Let me go before she starts barking again. I love you. Bye.